Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Now through my podcast, I get a chance to learn a lot from some of the wealthiest people in the country. Here are some simple, consistent mindset changes that I've learned and tried to incorporate in my wealth creation journey. I'm Sonia and this channel is a part of the 01 Network by Zerodha. Together, Zerodha and I bring to you easy, simple, jargon-free financial knowledge to help you grow your wealth. So let's begin. Number one is have a bias towards taking action. Now, most successful people believe that no matter what you want in life, there is an element of doing that is needed. It is a very big misconception that we can just visualize, pray for what we want, and it will come to us eventually. Recently, I was in Vrindavan shooting with Manish Chokhani for the podcast, and he told me that the problem with most people is that they pray for it to rain, but when it actually rains, there are no seeds sown for the harvest. Throughout our life, we have to keep sowing the seeds while simultaneously praying for rain. So many of us plan, prepare, research, and create a lot of things in our head, but we just don't take action for many reasons. Reasons could be fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, but taking action is a game changer. Number two, how to break the cycle of permanent dissatisfaction, or as we call it, 99 ki Maya. Now, 99 or 99 represents being just one short of 100, a metaphor for incomplete fulfillment. And Maya, as we know, means illusion or attachment in the Indian philosophy. Together, the phrase refers to the trap of endless desire. The idea that someone who has 99 units of wealth, success, or happiness will obsess over getting just one more to make it 100. But once they get to 100, they want 101, and so on and so forth. Now, all of us in some way are trapped in this cycle. But the answer to this is understanding the hedonic treadmill. Most wealthy people understand the hedonic treadmill, and hence they are able to keep their expenses low while growing their income disproportionately. The hedonic treadmill is a psychological concept that every human being, while experiencing something new, sees only a temporary increase or decrease in happiness. Anything you buy, whether it's a new car, a new bag, a new pair of shoes, the effect of that lasts for barely 48 hours, post which you revert to your base level of happiness. Number three, this brings me to the next learning, figuring out your meaning of enough. Now, in my latest podcast with Manish Chokhani, it taught me a lot of things. One of them was when I asked him why today's generation is so unfulfilled, always unhappy, he said that people struggle with their definition of enough. Find out how much money do you really need to satisfy your needs and desires, and once you figure that out, you give back or invest the rest back to grow your wealth, invest in meaningful causes, and then that journey starts giving you joy and meaning. He said the relentless pursuit of money without education and purpose will eventually cause misery, and that's what the younger generation is going through. Number four, the millionaire's pyramid. Now, I always wonder what really differentiates the successful from the not so successful, and why is it so tough to get to that 1% club? So let's understand the pyramid perspective mindset, which is that the journey gets tougher as you move higher. As you climb higher, the pyramid gets narrow with fewer people, and this is the time when majority of the people give up. The people who stay are the people who are ready to face failure and get back up. Everyone will fail at some point. If you don't fail, you don't grow. But how you deal with that failure is what differentiates you from the rest. Number five, have a contrarian mindset. Now, in my recent podcast with Manish Dangi, who's a market veteran and the author of Boom, Bust and Market Cycles, he spoke to me about how every 10 years there will be a big drawdown in the stock markets. There'll be large selling, investors will get freaked out, and this is why you need to build a contra mindset and buy when the market is fearful. In general, he says, greed is communal and fear is personal. But you have to flip that script and make greed personal and buy when the market is selling big time. You have to wear that contra headset, and that's when you can make big wealth for yourself when you swim against the tide. Vijay Kedia once told me this, that real wealth is created only in bear markets. Number six, finding the middle path. Now, for someone to be successful in the stock market or in life in general, it's very important to be self-aware. How greedy are you? How fearful are you? How do you react to drawdowns? This self-introspection and awareness is the key to unlock success. Once you find out, you find the middle path and then you stick to it. Remember, the market is not obliged to fulfill your greed, and neither is it obliged to serve your fear. So one can get hit very hard if you don't have awareness of your own desires and are unable to find a middle path. If you identify a stock and it sees a 40% drawdown, can you stomach that fall? If not, you need to reconsider that investment entirely. This is very beautifully explained by Manish Dangi in my podcast, so check it out whenever you can. And finally, the dawning of wisdom. Now, most successful people realize early on that the smarter you get, the more you realize how little you actually know. I read this in the book The Tao of Charlie Munger. Acknowledging what you don't know is the real dawning of wisdom. This is called the circle of competence, which consists of all the things that you are capable of understanding and valuing, but it also consists of the things outside your circle, which you acknowledge that you don't know, and then you get down to learning it. Most successful people I've met spend a lot of time learning about things outside their circle of competence. It could be anything: learning a new skill, learning about AI, studying a new sector in depth. Spending a few hours a week learning something always helps, especially with neuroplasticity. Charlie Munger's road to wisdom and immense wealth began by acknowledging what he did not know and then doing something about it. I hope this was helpful. Would love to hear from you guys. Goodbye.